Following Tony's professional debut in February, he was told he'd be making his homecoming in Sunderland on the 2nd of May.
I think it's a really exciting time for the North East. London had a great spell of boxing, then along came Manchester, and at the moment I think Manchester is holding the balance of power for boxing. Rendell has sort of brought a lot of glory to the Midlands. Now with Tony and Travis and John, I think the North East and the work Tommy Conroy's done up here in the past, I think we're going to have some great nights up here, nights like Billy Harding, nights that have been previously up here, which I'd come to a few of them, and that's what we're looking to do. And obviously put the pressure on Tony and get the 62,500 in the stadium alive.
Some people who come into your office and their dads tell them that this lad's going to be the best thing ever in boxing or whatever, and you kind of have to take it with a pinch of salt. I remember Philly's dad coming in with Tony and saying, he's good, this kid, you should watch him, and I go, yeah, okay, well, let's have his picture and we'll find out about him. And true to form, he's done the business, Tony, and the best thing is he's not really changed. I mean, he was a bit shy, obviously, at 15, 16, when he first walked through the door, but he's just, ordinary lad, and he's got that common touch that I think will take him far, and people will find that an attraction.
That's a massive thing, isn't it, the likeability factor? Is that why he's so popular in Sunderland?
Probably, yeah, because he hasn't got too big for his boots. It would be quite easy for people to think, he's giving it the big I am because he's got his medal and he's always in the local paper because of it. But the thing about Tony is he does anything for anybody. People phone him up and ask him to help out and bring his medal along, and he'll do it. He'll be out at all hours of the weekend doing appearances and opening. He'll open a paper bag for people if they ask him to, and he's not doing that for himself. He's doing that because he's given something back. He's had a tremendous amount of support from the city, and I think his attitude is that if he can give something back, then he's happy to do that, because I don't think he loses sight of the fact that the Olympics is a massive thing for people all over the world, and for people to have a bit of ownership of the Olympics, if you like, in Tony, then they've taken to that, and the fact that he's just an ordinary Joe, and people living the dream,
What's it like a few days before a fight, or a few weeks before a fight, when you have to get up early, you have to eat porridge, you can't pick out on your favourite foods? How do you deal with that?
Well, as an amateur, when I was a light heavyweight, I used to make my weight alright, so it was very rarely I really diet, but now I've turned pro, I've made the decision to move down to super middleweight, which is an extra £10 and dying, and it's really tough. I'm a massive fan of food. I love eating food. I love eating all sorts of food. I think I'm happiest when I'm sitting there, stuffing my face, eating. But I kind of do it now I'm pro. That's one of the sacrifices I've got to make. Can I eat my crisps, what I love, and got to have my porridge and water every morning. I mean, you get sick of it sometimes. You feel sick eating it, but it's what I've got to have. It's the best breakfast you can have, porridge. And you've just got to be really strict on myself as well. And like I say, I'm being more professional about my ways now. I am a professional. Although as an amateur, I was like a professional then. The way I trained and the dedication. But yeah, the weight. I think that's so far it's the worst thing about being a professional. If I can put something to it, the weight. But now when I'm getting in the ring, I'm confident, because I just think I've done all this dieting and all this sacrificing because of the person who's standing in front of us, my opponent. So I try to take it out on him. See this? Since the Olympics, I've getting loads of these. Dear Tony Jeffries, I send you this letter with a large request. Would you please sign the pictures I send with this letter? I collect autographs of Olympic medal winners and world-class athletes, so I would be very happy if you would have these pictures with your signature. I would be very thankful if you would do this. Shipping is already paid by the symbol envelope. Thank you for all the best in the future. Kind regards, Connor Early.
You get a lot of requests like this?
I do, from Germany. What's the chances that I'm fighting a German? Might be one of his relations. But I think, by the looks of things, I've got another two here. Just picked the post up, because I've been away in Manchester for 2 weeks. So I'll see if this is one as well. I think this is another one. And therefore, I would be very happy if you would send me a signed photo of you, if you could. Oh, I can't read to start with. Never mind, read a letter and that. I can't. This is Kerry's after the wearing plan. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. So as soon as I've weighed in, I'll have this one. I've got to put. He never said how much water, but I think about 350 mils in. This is got all the salts and electrolytes in. So I'll have that one as soon as I've weighed, and then about 5 minutes after I have this one. This is, I don't even know what's in this one, but it's loads of powder, loads of goodness. it's got all the energy in. So I think it's got a meal replacement. It's got all the goodness in that I need. And then he says after that one, whenever I can, I have the third one. The third one's the same as the second one. It's all CMP stuff, and so if I am a bit dry up before the wearing, that'll sort us right out. So tomorrow I'm weighing in, I think it's supposed to be 12.4, or 12 stone 4, I think. So hopefully see what I am now. 6.5. Good that. It's good. Lose that in my sleep. Have a big turd in the morning and the toilet. No, I'll lose that. I'll be right. I'm excited, but at the same time, that's a bit worrying. I'll be all right as long as I'm really excited. I cannot wait to get in there and cannot wait to come out to the cheers and see everyone. But I'm gonna have to make sure I'm focused and switched on for the fight. If I'm still at all like happy in that when I go in the ring, I need to switch on, and I'm sure I will as soon as I see my opponent tomorrow at the weigh-in. I'll see him, and then I'll realise like that I'll visualise the fight, and I'll start getting myself psyched up for it properly, and on the night I'll be switched on and I'll be raring to go, and I feel like I want to perform well.
Is there any difference with making a weight as an amateur as there is making a weight as a professional?
Well, yeah, because I moved down a weight as an amateur. I boxed at 12 stone 10. As a pro, I'm boxing at 12 stone, but tomorrow I'm weighing at 12.3, I think, or 12.5. So it's a lot harder now. I'm professional to get the weight down, because obviously I moved down a weight, but that's another sacrifice I've done of diet, and now I'm I'm a professional, but I'm more professional in the way I'm going about things as well.
Is there any difference to what we're doing now, second time round, as the first time round, pro-wise?
It's a bit different. I've been with Bobby Rimmer, my coach, for 3 weeks now. It's great. So far, so good. And in my last camp, I was with Joe Gallagher for, I think, 2.5 months before I fought. So I knew him, and I knew the setup more than I knew Bobby and the way Bobby works. So it's a little bit different, but I'm sure everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Fly there. Oh, look at that. It's stuck on my finger. That's disgusting.
But you're finding your range early.
I know. See the speed of that? At right hand. Keep that speed up on a Saturday, and I'll be spot on. Heavy. Morning, guys.
Morning. How are you?
Tired. Good.
Is there anything else you want your dad to do before we start?
I think it's doing whatever, yeah. Well, there's a corner. Don't look at them yet.
No, not looked at anything. Team Jeffries. Good, aren't the lads? See, that's when you know you've made it. You know, when the boxer gets you a tracksuit for the team, that's when you know you've smashed it.
Well. Right, you probably get your tracksuit on and get sorted, because we've got it.
I'll get these, mate.
is it. This is my job. Fill the water bottles, give him a drink, and let him do the rest. I've done this for the best, so you know. I've done this for world champions and future world champions. Tony Jeffries bringing sexy boxing back to Sunderland. I thought I'd lie in bed this morning, but then I woke up at 7:10. I was devastated.
Did you?
Yeah, them geezers banging about next door. They'll be getting shouted at if they can't do it tonight.
You know that do you know when we pissed ourselves laughing yesterday? John,
When?
it's on the back page there, what happened late?
Is it who's laughing?
Aye.
Murdering Mosey, you know.
Oh, that's yours. No, that's your one from Tony, not from me. That's from Tony. Let's start after dinner spot on next.
I get nervous at this party when we see the opponent for the first time.
Have you seen him yet?
No, I've not seen him yet, no. But as soon as I've seen him, I'll be alright.
Roy Meissner. Finally, ladies and gents, back onto the scales. The mighty Mackham, Tony Jeffries. Tony Jeffries, 77.3 kilos. Go 2.5.
Tony, make a good sparring partner, didn't you?
Well, it was different, you know, and you see some of them guys, they look dead scary, you know, especially they take their tops off and you kind of go, wow, like these guys are serious. But that's funny enough, that's one thing I noticed. When Tony sort of had the Olympic fight compared to when he took his top off there, I see a guy who's done a lot of work in the meantime. So he's obviously very professional, and I think that's the word. There's a lot of professionalism around here, and I guess it's a time like this I'm glad I picked football.